Hi, my name is Zui Ng. I'm a professor of the practice at Prairie View A&M in Texas, United States. My research interests focus on three overlapping agendas: seeking disjunction where diverse social condition changes have not yet been addressed by the current built environment, uncovering sustainable aspects in vernacular building practices of different places, and the importance of construct infusing sophisticated design research with technological innovation. The topic of my presentation today is shop houses, sustainable vessel that adapts to environment, economy, and culture. This presentation is a documentation of my travel to three countries in Southeast Asia. These countries are Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. The main goal of this travel is to document the current evolution and adaptation of a vernacular housing type in Southeast Asia, the shop house. During my childhood in Malaysia, I was constantly amazed by the versatility and adaptability of shop houses. Though I never lived in a shop house, I frequent businesses at the retail spaces at the ground floor. Memories of many social activities that take place at the corridor in front of the retail spaces are unforgettable experience. Although this presentation is to discuss the contemporary evolution of shop houses, I would like to make a brief introduction of this vernacular housing type that was prevalent in Southeast Asia from 17th century to mid-20th century. Like the name suggested, the most distinct feature of a shop house is the merging of housing and business by having residents on the upper levels and retail shops on the ground level. Similar to row houses, its building footprint is long and narrow with courtyard spaces in the middle. Unlike current housing development that champion mechanical climate control, Southeast Asia shop houses utilizes natural cross ventilation through the courtyards to mitigate hot and humid climate in order to achieve thermal comfort. The narrow side of shop houses are the front and the back of the building, whereas the long sides are shared walls between shop houses. Shop house long and narrow building footprint was a result of the building technology and property taxation at the time. Historically, shop houses were taxed based on the street frontage instead of building area. In addition, the use of wood to span between two masonry load-bearing walls discouraged a wider span. Another distinct feature of shop house is the public covered corridor at the front. Kaki lima, or 5 feet, is a local name for this corridor, and this corridor is generally 5 feet wide. Oftentimes, merchandise from ground floor retail will occupy this corridor and create a vibrant social scene stemmed from economic activities. A back alleyway at the rear of the shop house often serves as a service route. Evolution of shop houses. Shop houses on Malay Peninsula and Thailand can be traced back to the Dutch colonial era, from 1641 to 1825. It started out as a humble and rarely decorated two-story building that utilizes local materials for affordability. Over time, the shop houses style evolved from following different influx of foreign culture. A few pivoting moments in its evolution are the Southern Chinese style, the early Straits Eclectic style, late Straits Eclectic style, Art Deco style, and early modern style. Big box retail store and shopping mall building typology has disrupted the evolution of shop houses until early 21st century, when the movement to preserve these historical houses emerged. In 2008, Malacca and Georgetown in Malaysia were designated as United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization World Heritage Sites. The preservation and adaptive reuse of shop house has since gained many international attentions. However, many reporting on this restoration focus on the historical value of shop houses. Therefore, this paper aimed to investigate the evolution and adaptation of shop houses in staying relevant to contemporary environment, economy, and culture. Adaptation of building layout and adaptation of building elements are main areas of investigation. During my visitation to shophouses, I observed 4 adaptations in building program. The first category retained the retail program at ground floor by converting upper floors to dormitory for workers or short-term accommodation. The second category is the conversion of shophouse into hotel with lobby and restaurant at ground floor and hotel rooms at upper floors. The third category is the conversion of shophouses into small commercial spaces, such as office and clinic. The last category is the adaptation of shophouse into museum or gallery. Adaptation to climate change. Adaptation of building layout in shophouses can be related to climate change. Temperature at this region has rose by 0.14 Celsius to 0.25 Celsius per decade, starting from 1970 to 2013. A projection of 3.11 Celsius or roughly 37 Fahrenheit, increase in temperature is set for 2090. Many shophouses alter their building layout by removing non-load-bearing wall between the front door and central courtyard to improve natural cross ventilation. The removal of partition wall perpendicular to load-bearing walls on the side is made easy by the structural design of the shophouses that require minimum support in the middle of the building. The removal of wall enlarges spaces around courtyard. As a result, open spaces ideal for programs such as restaurant dining hall or hotel lobbies are created. Baboon House and Daily Fix restaurant in Malaysia are 2 great examples of this adaptation. Another adaptation in building layout is converting ground floor to small commercial spaces such as clinic or offices. These small commercial spaces create partial air-conditioned space at the front to buffer the increasing heat from the streetscape. Oftentimes, the courtyard are covered with translucent roofing material to allow sunlight but prevent the rainwater from getting in. Some of the roofs at this courtyard are operable to allow heat to escape. A few shophouses such as Red Earth Collection, Malacca House Museum strategically place small air-conditioned office within the retail store, leaving majority of the building to natural ventilation. This hybrid mode minimizes the use of mechanical climate control to reduce energy consumption. In addition to heat, automobiles on the street cast unpleasant glare and vision noise into the shops on the ground floor. Modern building materials like glass and metal also reflect sunlight into the shops along the street. While some retail stores choose to set back their storefront to distance its interior space from sunlight, others utilizes architecture elements such as screen wall or garden space to achieve visual and thermal comfort. Baboon House in Malacca, Malaysia, cultivated a green buffer zone that pleasantly separates its restaurant reception area from the street. The greenery at the front entrance corresponds with the greenery in the courtyard to lower the temperature. In Thailand, Ozone Architects converted shophouses into office building with modern screen wall made out of concrete blocks. Besides mitigating the harsh sunlight, the screen wall provides privacy from the streetscape. In macro scale, new architecture elements such as street canopy were created to shelter roads along shop houses from rain and heat. Most street canopies are erected by government, but some informal canopy are found as a collective effort of business owners at the shop houses. In Clarke Quay Festival Village at Singapore, its tree-like street canopy incorporates sound system, lighting, and mechanical system that produces artificial breezes. This canopy greatly reduces heat gain on street surface. Adaptation to emergency economy. Parallel to climate change, shop houses were renovated to keep up with emerging economy associated with heritage tourism. In most cases, shop houses that house important figures in its community were converted to museum or gallery to take advantage of the increased domestic and international interest in local history. Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum in Malacca, Malaysia which was built by Justice of Peace Chang Cheng-shu, is among some of the well-preserved shophouses. The renovation of this converted museum focused on restoring and preserving the original building layout and architectural element of the shophouses. However, some minimal alterations are made to add reception and ticketing area to ground floor of the shophouse. Residential spaces on upper floors are converted to small gallery space to illustrate living arrangements during the old days. The increase of heritage tourism also generates needs for short-term accommodation. Boutique hotels such as Seven Terraces Hotel in Malaysia or Mono Hotel in Singapore combines multiple shophouses together to make it possible to include the hotel programs. The wall between courtyard spaces in Seven Terraces Hotel were removed to create a large central courtyard, joining all 7 shophouses together. In contrast, Mono Hotel kept the original courtyard as airwell for guest rooms. Most shophouses converted hotel incorporates full mechanical air conditioning. However, Namking Hotel in Malaysia strategically introduced mechanical air conditioning system only to guest room, leaving hotel lobby and dining area open to courtyard for natural ventilation. With aid from ceiling fans, its lobby is airy and light-filled. This hybrid strategy reduces energy consumption while retaining the original design of the courtyard space. In order to diversify tourist attraction, some shophouses were renovated for entertainment with modern technology. Clarke Quay Festival Village in Singapore modernized streetscape along shophouses by incorporating amusement park and freestanding structure for restaurant into this historical area. This freestanding structure adopt contemporary architectural design and material to create distinction from the traditional shophouses. In addition to modern amenities, many shophouses were renovated into bars to meet the entertainment needs of tourists. The corridor of these shophouses incorporated bar-height furniture that became new architectural elements. For example, Momo's Hotel in Malaysia has a bar jutting out of its front facade to serve the outdoor dining area on the corridor. In all 3 countries, some streets along shophouses are closed temporarily or permanently to allow night market to take place. Art mural is another interesting architecture element emerged from heritage tourism. Blank walls at the back alleyway or the corner of shophouses are populated with colorful art murals. Gwai Zai Hong in Malaysia and Little India in Singapore are among some popular tourist spots for art mural tours. The theme of art mural often reflects a distinct identity of each country. For instance, art murals in Malaysia portray their multi-ethnicity society. Art mural in Singapore often demonstrates the progressive direction of the country, and art mural in Thailand prides itself as a country with a single national identity that often associates with their king of Buddhism. Adaptation to social and cultural change. Emerging economy often brings social change. The architecture of shophouses often undergoes significant alteration to fit its new social context. For instance, shophouses at Little India in Singapore were originally occupied by Chinese merchants. When the Indian population outgrown the rest in this neighborhood, architectural elements on the facade of shophouses in this area evolved to illustrate Indian culture. Vibrant paint colors and merchandise replace a more muted color in Chinese community. In Thailand, shophouses surround Buddhist temple that houses business that sells merchandise associated with Buddhism worship ritual. Buddha statue, Malay, and incense display along the shophouses corridor signal the proximity to the temple. Another distinct adaptation of shophouse is the modernization of its architecture. Many highly ornamented shophouses were stripped or painted to adhere to contemporary aesthetic that cater to younger demographic. Mono Hotel in Singapore painted its shop houses in black and white color. This monochromatic approach reduces the emphasis on ornamentation and gives the hotel a clean and modern vibe to create a distinctive route from its surrounding shophouses. Similar approach is seen in Muar Hotel in Malaysia. Besides paint, glass storefront has widely been used to replace wooden windows. The glass storefront allowed retail spaces to be air-conditioned while giving the shophouse a contemporary front. On the upper floor, screen wall made out of metal can be seen in many shophouse renovations. The screen wall not only provide a contemporary aesthetic, it also help mitigate the harsh tropical sunlight. Over the years, work culture in this region has gradually shifted towards a more collective environment. This change in social behavior has prompted many shophouse renovations to convert shophouse individualistic building floor plan into a building layout that promotes collective work environment. The role in Malaysia is a successful adaptation of shophouses into office and retail building. This project readapted 22 pre-war shophouses from 1940s. While retaining the concept in individual courtyard, interior corridors are created to connect shophouses together. The street front is lined with canopy, landscape, and trees to encourage communal public space. Glass storefront windows and clean building surface with minimum ornament are introduced to give it a contemporary appearance. Back Home Hotel is another great example of adapting shophouse for collective work environment. This hotel is positioned on the second floor to allow restaurant, local music classrooms, and retail shops to be placed at the ground floor. Original courtyards are combined into one central courtyard to provide a shared garden space. Evolution of shophouses in Southeast Asia has spanned over a few centuries. Its building design and structural design has proven to offer a high degree of flexibility for adaptation to the evolution of its environment, economy, and social condition. This makes the shophouse a sustainable housing type. One of the most noticeable features is the height of shophouses. High ceiling on the ground floor allows a space to accommodate myriad type of building program. The extra ceiling height provides a space needed for modern technology such as air conditioner, ductwork, lighting, or sprinkler system. The high ceiling also allows the space to stay cooler with only natural ventilation. Secondly, the shophouse has narrow street frontage. This facilitates less labor and cost for remodeling. As a result, shophouse is much more affordable to stay updated for contemporary needs. The narrow street frontage also allows more shops to be included within a city block. Whenever it is permitted by local zoning, this feature diversified types of businesses on the ground, which in return create a vibrant social scene. Lastly, the courtyard design is versatile as it provides for various adaptations that complements the changes in building programs. Effort to preserve and to reuse shophouses has increased in past decade. However, there is still challenges that this housing type faces in contemporary setting. With global warming, flooding has intensified in this region. In December 2021, tropical depression has resulted in flooding across 8 states in Malaysia. Majority of building materials in shophouse is wood, and it can be difficult to repair after flood. Finding solution to the flooding become more complicated as some cities like Georgetown and Malacca been designated as World Heritage Sites, and stricter rule apply to the restoration of shophouses using original building material. Original building materials used in shophouses are rare and pricey. This discourages homeowner or shop owner to pursue the restoration of old shophouses they inherit. Finally, the emergence of mega shopping mall, high-rise condominium, and suburb bungalows compete for the attention of home buyer. Many renovated shophouses are only utilizes the retail spaces on the ground floor. Except hotel, most upper floor are left unused or as a storage. Home buyer prefers newer subdivision or high rise that provides more amenities. Shophouse proved to be a great sustainable vessel. However, these challenges will need to be overcome in the design of next generation of shophouses. thinking.